Hello, class 6. So, we are going to learn new topic of chapter number 8. Yes, we have been studying chapter number 8. So, today we will see, we will study about, we will see the skull, different parts of skull. Yes, we will see different parts of skull because our body is made up of different type of parts of skull. So as you can see in the picture also. Yes, so kids, before we start, let's revise whatever we studied in previous class. Yes, so you know that in previous class we studied about joints. Yes, we studied about gliding joint and fixed joint. Yes, you know that there are two type of joint. There are two type of joint, movable joint and non movable joint. Yes, and you know that there are different movable joint like gliding joint, hinge joint, pivot joint, ball and socket joint. They are movable joint. And you also know that fixed joint is non-movable joint. Yes, am I right? So gliding joint is a joint where the gliding motion occur. Yes, hence it is present in our hand, wrist. It is present on our wrist, gliding joint. And you know that it is also present in our ankle. Yes, gliding joint is also present in our ankle. And if we talk about the fixed joint is a non-movable joint. Yes, fixed joint is a non-movable joint which does not allow to move our bones. Yes, fixed joint does not allow to move our bones. And it is present in our teeth. Yes, fixed joint is present in our teeth, and it is also present in our skull. It is also present in our skull. And it is also present apart from skull and teeth. It is also present in our upper jaw. Yes, there are two jaw. Lower jaw is movable. But upper jaw cannot move. So it is present in upper jaw also. So these type of joints are present. And we studied about cartilage. We also studied about cartilage and ligament. Yes, don't worry. Today I will show you some picture, and we will study about that. But before it, let me tell you one more thing. Okay, so remember that what is cell? Cell is the basic structural and functional unit. Yes, remember that our body is made up of cell. Our body is made up of cell. And the group of cell is called tissue. The group of cell is called tissue. Remember this one. Okay, so it will help you to understand the remaining thing. The group of cell is called tissue. Okay, so there are different type of tissues are present in our body. Okay, when you will go in a higher class, you will study about these tissues. Okay, so now can you tell me what is ball and socket joint? Can you tell me what do you mean by ball and socket joint? Yes, can you tell? So ball and socket joint is a spheroidal joint, and in which ball-shaped surface of one rounded bone fit into another cup-like depression. It is found in shoulder, pelvic, and pivot joint. You know that it is present in our neck. Yes, Pivot joint allow for rotation, which can be external or internal. Hinge joint, you know the hinge joint is present in our elbow, in knee, yes. And we also have gone last time through the question, right, like what are the function of human body. You know that what are the function of human body. They give us frame to human body, they protect from the some important organ, and they help to protect our move, they move, help to move the body. And what are cartilage, we will study today again about cartilage, okay. And you know what, endoskeleton, exoskeleton, you know now. Endoskeleton are skeleton that are found inside the body, okay, and exoskeleton found in outside the body. So as you can see in the picture on your screen, is it endoskeleton or exoskeleton? Yes. Is it endoskeleton or exoskeleton? Yes, this is endoskeleton. So there are different parts of our body. So as you can see on your screen, there are different parts of our body. Skull, you can see the first part is skull. Yes, at the top, neck, you can this neck, shoulder. Yes, as you can see. And if we talk about our hand has two bone. The upper bone above the elbow. The bone above the elbow is known as humerus, and the bone above the below the elbow is known as the ulna. There are two bones here. Okay. So humerus and ulna form our hand. Remember, humerus is upper bone above the elbow, and ulna is lower bone. And the part just below our waist is called pelvis. Yes. And there is a spine just behind us, backbone, and you know knee. And if we talk about our feet, um, the bones just below the waist and above the knee is known as femur. The bone which is just above the knee and below the waist is known as femur. Femur is the strongest, longest bone, okay, strongest, longest bone. And the bone which is just below our knee, knee, is known as tibia and fibula. Yes, there are two bone here, tibia and fibula, okay, as you can see on your screen, okay, tibia and fibula. So left side bone is known as fibula, right side bone is called tibia, okay. So remember the name humerus, ulna, tibia, fibula. Remember these names. The bone which is just above the elbow is known as humerus, and the bone which is just below the elbow is known as ulna, humerus, ulna. And the bone just below the waist is called femur, and the bone which is just below the knee is called tibia, fibula, okay. So I hope you understood this diagram. Now let's see the type of bone. Let's move on the next point. Okay kids, so let's see the type of bones. There are four type of bones are present: flat bone, irregular bone, short bone, long bone. Yes, there are four type of bone are present in our body: flat bone, irregular bone, short bone, long bone. Flat bone is found in shoulder, irregular bone is found in ear, short bone is found in wrist, and long bone is found in arms. Yes, and one more example of long bone. Yes, femur. Femur is the longest bone. Humerus. Humerus bone, this bone which is found in elbow, just above the elbow, which is also long bone. And the bone which are found in finger, they are actually short bone. Yes, and irregular bone, the bone of backbone, the bones of backbone, 33 small bones are found in our backbone. these are irregular bone. Okay, and the bone of skull is also flat bone. Yes, all these are actually example of bone. Yes, these are example of bone. So remember kids, there are four type of bones. Yes, flat bone, irregular bone, long bone, short bone. Yes, so which are long bone, which are irregular bone, which are short bone, which are flat bone? Yes, tell me. Shoulder bone is flat bone. The bone of skull is also flat. Irregular bone, ear bone is irregular bone. The bone of backbone is irregular. All the bones of backbone. Actually, the small bone which are found in backbone, they are known as vertebra. Okay, remember. Or you can say vertebrae. Okay, vertebrae. Short bone, wrist bone, finger bone are short bone, and long bone, femur, humerus, arm bone, they are long bone. I hope you understood. Now let's move on the next point. Okay, it's cartilage. Well, we have already studied about cartilage, but just let's study again. Cartilage is a flexible connective tissue. Yes, cartilage is a flexible connective tissue. And what is tissue? Yes, can you tell me? Few seconds ago, I told you the definition of tissue. Group of cell. Yes, tissue is a group of cell. So cartilage is actually the group of cell. Yes, but it is flexible. It is not as hard as bone. Yes, okay. So what is the work of cartilage? As you can see the picture of cartilage. Cartilage is found between bones. So it work as a cushion between bones. Because of it, because of cartilage, the bones, the joint between bones do not collide with each other. Yes, the bones do not collide with each other due to this cartilage. Yes, that's why it is also important. Okay, it is soft, not hard. That's why we can say that cartilage is a shock absorber. Cartilage is a shock absorber. Okay, and it is also found in our pinna, means outer ear, and at the tip of nose. Yes, so remember kids, cartilage are part of skeletal system that are not as hard as bone, that can be bent easily, and are found in pinna, nose, nose top, and between the joints and bone. Okay, I hope you understood. Now let's move on the next point. Okay, let's study about ligament. Okay. So what is ligament? Ligament is also a tissue. Yes. So you know that cartilage is a flexible connective tissue, and it act as a cushion between bones, shock absorber. What is ligament? Ligament is also a tissue, and its work is it connect one bone to another bone. It connect one bone to another bone. As you can see the picture of shoulder. Yes, can you see the picture of shoulder where uh, the bones are connected to each other? Yes. The reason behind it is ligament. Yes, what is the reason behind it is ligament. So without ligament it's not possible to connect them. Without ligament it's not possible to connect them. So it's very important. And What is tendon? Last time I explained also about tendon. Do you remember that tendon is a thread-like structure? Ligament is also thread-like structure. Yes. If so, what is the difference between ligament and tendon? Ligament are thread-like structure. Tendon is also thread-like structure, but ligament join two bone together. Yes, ligament help to join one bone to another bone. And if we talk about tendon, it joins one muscle to another bone. Yes, so we can say ligament joins muscles with bones for better body movement. Okay, I hope you understood. Now let's move on the next point. So kids, now let's study something new. You know that our skeleton can be divided into two parts, endoskeleton and exoskeleton. Yes, endoskeleton means the skeleton which is inside the body. Yes, and exoskeleton means the skeleton which is outside the body. Yes, endoskeletons are the skeleton that are found inside the body. All the bones which are inside our body, they are included in endoskeleton. And exoskeleton are the skeleton that are found outside the body. All the body which is outside, like hair. Yes, these hairs, um, eyebrow, they are actually exoskeleton. Okay, and if we talk about the endoskeleton, two part make our skeleton. Yeah, two part make one. Endoskeleton can be divided into two part, axial skeleton and appendicular skeleton. Axial skeleton and appendicular skeleton, as you can see in the picture also. Yes, can you see in the picture exoskeleton and appendicular skeleton? Axial skeleton, AXIAL, axial, and appendicular, APPENDICULAR, appendicular. So I have shown them with different color. As you can see, axial skeleton is in blue color, as you can see in picture, and appendicular skeleton is in pink color. Yes, axial skeleton is in blue color, appendicular skeleton is in pink color. So in axial skeleton, three parts are involved. In axial skeleton, three parts, as you can see: skull, spine, rib cage. Yes, there are three parts involved in axial skeleton: skull, rib cage, spine. And if we talk about appendicular skeleton, in appendicular skeleton, pelvis, legs, arms, shoulder, shoulder, these are known as appendages. They are included in this. Okay, pelvis, shoulder, and appendages. Appendages means arms and legs. Okay, so these are included. So our body, our skeleton, two part make us one. Yes, axial skeleton and appendicular skeleton. So it's easy to memorize it. You will not have any problem. Yes, which are the axial part? There are three axial. Axial skeleton included three part: skull, spine, ribs, and appendicular include pelvis, shoulder, arms, leg. Okay, it's very easy. Now let's move to the next point. Okay kids, now let's study about muscles. Yes, so I am reading, as you can see on the screen. Okay, muscles are attached to the bones and is responsible for the movement of human body. There is a change in length of a muscle due to contraction and relaxation. Yes, so muscles are attached to the bones. Yes, And you know that tendon is the tissue which help to attach bones with muscle. Yes, tendon is the tissue which help to attach the bone with muscle. Yes, am I right? And there is a change in length of muscle occur because of contraction and relaxation of muscle. Yes, our muscle contract and our muscle come to the relax. So if you move your arm touching your shoulder, if you move your arm touching your shoulder, yes, you will observe that bulging part of your arm. Yes, you will observe the bulging part, means the swollen part you will observe when you will move your hand. You will see that the bone muscles are contracted. This is muscle due to the contraction. Yes, if you again move your hand forward, you will see that it come to its normal position if you stretch your arm and muscle come to the relax. Yes. So remember kids, muscles are attached to the bones and is responsible for the movement in human body. And there is a change in the length of muscle due to the contraction and relaxation. You move your arm touching your shoulder, you will observe the bulging part on your arm. This is muscle due to the contraction and it comes to back to its normal position if you stretch your arm and muscles come to relax. Okay, I hope you understood. Now we will study something different. We will study about the movement of animals. Okay, let's move on the next point. Okay, now let's talk about the movement in animals. So as you can see the picture of deer. Yes, can you see the picture of deer? uh, so which is jumping. So different animals move by different way. Their movement is known as locomotion. Their movement is known as locomotion. Okay, unlike plants, because plants cannot move. Yes, plants do not move and non-living things do not move. All the living things move, other all the living things move except plant. So unlike plants, animals can move from one place to another. Yes, you might have seen different birds are flying, you have seen dogs, cat, and maybe there is dog, cat at your home also, maybe you rear them. So different animals are found. So animals can move from place to place. Yes, unlike plants. And then this movement is known as locomotion. Yes, this movement is known as locomotion. And it helps animal to obtain food and get shelter. Yes. They can protect themselves. You can see the deer is running. Yes. When the lion or tiger follow the deer, it start running and it runs very fast to protect its her. So and they also use this skill to find the food. Yes, they also use this skill to find the food. Yes, okay. So unlike plants, animals can move. The movement of animals from one place to another, this movement is known as locomotion. Okay, and locomotion also helps to protect animal from danger of predator or natural calamities. Yes, when they see any flood or anything like this, they start moving, they run away. Many animal can climb on the tree. Yes, and different animal use different body parts to move. Yes, different animals use different body parts to move. You know that birds use their wings to fly, and fishes use their body parts to swim. uh, and we human being use our legs to move. And when a baby is not able to walk, then the baby use hand and leg both to crawl. Yes, and snake use its body, earthworm use bristles. So different animals use different body part. So there are many animals. Okay, they use their body parts to protect, run, they protect, and they use to eat. So we will study in this chapter, we will study that how does they move. We will study the movement in insect, we will study about the movement in reptile. So there are many topics we are going to study. Okay, let's move to the next point. Okay, it's time to ask question from you. Question number one. Write the name of different types of bones. Yes, there are different types of bone. Yes, you know. So there are four type of bones are present: flat bone, irregular bone, short bone, long bone. Flat bone, irregular bone, short bone, long bone. So you know that which are flat bone, shoulder bone, and the bone of skull is flat. And irregular bone, if we talk about the irregular bone, ear is the example. And vertebra means the bones, 33 bones of our backbone. Okay, you can say vertebrae. Okay, and short bone, wrist is the example. The bones which are found in wrist and the bones which are found in feet, they are actually short bone. And if we talk about long bone, the humerus bone, ulna, femur, tibia, fibula, they are long bone. Okay, so I hope you understood this question. Next question. Question number two. Write a short note on muscle. Yes, write a short note on muscle. So you know that muscles are attached to the bones. Yes, and is responsible for the movement of human body. There is a change in the length of muscle due to the contraction and relaxation. Yes, am I right? So muscles are attached to the bones, and muscles are responsible for the movement of human body. And there is a change in length of muscle which occur due to the contraction and relaxation. Yes, if you move your arm, touching your shoulder, you will observe the bulging part of your arm. This is muscle due to the contraction. Yes, if you move your arm touching your shoulder, you will observe the bulging part, means the swollen part, means your muscles will contract, and this muscle due to the contraction. And if you will stretch your arm again, then your muscles will come back to the relaxed position. Yes, I hope you understood. Now question number three. What do you mean by locomotion? So locomotion, the movement of animals from place to place is known as locomotion. Yes, what is locomotion? LOCOMOTION. Locomotion, the movement of animals from place to place is known as locomotion. So different animals move in a different way. Yes, it helps animal to obtain food and get shelter. Yes, it helps them to obtain food and get shelter, and it also help the animals to protect them from predator. They eat their prey using this skill. Yes, some animals have heavy leg, some animals have very long legs, some animals have weak leg. And if we talk about the movement of birds, they fly using their wing. Yes, using their wing they fly. So I hope you understood. Now in next class we will study about how does the snake move. Yes, how does the snake move? How does the earthworm move? How does the snail move? We will study all these. We will see the locomotion of fish. Okay, we will study up in next class only about animals. Okay, now we will meet in next class. Till then, do study, and in next class the chapter will complete. Okay, it will be complete. Till then, bye bye.